Today, I'm sharing a horrifying true story of a brutal murder that took place in a small town. There were 3 inseparable friends in this city, Yasin, Jamal, and Kamran. They were as close as brothers, bound together by shared secrets, joys, and struggles. Yasin, whose family was in a better financial situation, often hosted Jamal and Kamran at his house for meals and socializing. Yasin's mother was famous for cooking, and their house was always full of laughter and warmth. They celebrated every holiday together, attended every wedding as a trio, and supported each other in difficult times. But all that changed in one tragic night that ended their friendship most horribly. Yasin's charred body was discovered on the outskirts of an abandoned area, just days after the 3 friends went on a recreational outing. This bitter discovery caused a wave of shock in the city. Authorities quickly discovered evidence that his friends, Jamal and Kamran, were involved. These 2 friends had attacked Yasin before setting him on fire, knocking him unconscious and inflicting fatal injuries. Even more disturbingly, they filmed the entire attack and took gruesome selfies with Yasin's burning body. The gruesome images and videos quickly went viral and sparked outrage. The family of the victim, grieving and demanding justice, faced repeated delays and excuses from the legal system. Expressing the family's displeasure, Yasin's uncle explained that every time they tried to access the file, the authorities refused them, claiming that the file was sensitive and required confidentiality. Weeks went by and the family lawyer made weekly trips to the city court to no avail. Every day that passed, the anger of the society increased. In search of answers, Yasin's father and uncle eventually went to the provincial justice department, hoping that higher authorities would intervene. However, they were once again directed to their local court. To the family's disbelief, authorities claimed to be unaware of the details of the case, raising suspicions that something was being covered up. Their families and supporters began to suspect the involvement of influential forces in the investigation. Yasin's relatives were deeply disappointed by the lack of transparency. After a month of fruitless efforts to gain clarity, community members rallied to protest Yasin's 40-day memorial. They held the photos of Yasin and demanded quick action against the perpetrators. In response to this growing unrest, city officials asked Yasin's family to call for calm. 2 days before the planned demonstration, local leaders, including a community elder, visited Yasin's father and convinced him to issue a statement dissuading people from gathering. They worried that the protest might turn violent, citing past incidents in the city where similar gatherings had gotten out of control. Yasin's father reluctantly agreed, hoping to avoid further unrest. He appeared on a local program and asked the community to respect the law and be peaceful. But despite his request, whispers of injustice surrounding Yasin's case continued to spread in the city. People began to speculate that the families of the accused were somehow delaying the process. Some have even suggested that the families of the killers have ties to powerful local organizations that may have behind-the-scenes influence on the case. Rumors swirled around town and people speculated about the motive for the murder. However, Yasin's family was clear on one point: it was not an honor killing, as some have tried to claim. They had heard that the family of the killers was promoting this narrative to tarnish Yasin's name. However, for Yasin's family, the allegations were slanderous, as Yasin's actions have always been honorable. One of the possible leaders of this case was a girl named Zara, who was involved with one of the suspects, Jamal. Some believed Yasin had discovered disturbing information about Jamal and Kamran and their involvement with a dangerous group. Yasin had confronted Jamal's girlfriend, Zara, to warn him, and this might provoke Jamal to take revenge. Authorities had speculated that the suspects were involved in a sinister cult. Evidence suggests that Jamal and Kamran may have been involved in dark affairs, with Jamal even sporting a triangle tattoo with an eye on his hand, an image linked to occult symbols. In one of the videos, the heartbreaking moment was recorded when Jamal taunted Yasin and said, "Welcome to my hell," For many, this implied a deep-seated resentment and a distorted sense of power. After Yasin's death, everything became more strange. A young woman claimed to be Yasin's girlfriend on social media and shared details of a relationship that her family insisted never existed. To despair to his relatives, it was just another sign of how people use a tragedy to gain attention and cast a shadow over the family's memory of him. In pursuit of justice, Yasin's parents finally released a public statement and strongly denied these lies and rumors. "Money means nothing to us. We will never take it for justice for our son," they said. They called out the systems and structures they felt protected their son's killers and vowed to relentlessly pursue justice, no matter how long it took. As the days passed, Yasin's family continued to face a justice system that seemed unwilling or unable to hold the killers accountable. For his family, the endless bureaucratic delays and the way authorities downplayed the case only compounded their pain. They were becoming increasingly desperate as their only desire was to see those responsible for Yasin's death punished to the full extent of the law. The story of Yasin's murder is not just a tragedy of a young life cut short by those he trusted the most. It is a grim reminder of the challenges families face when justice is not served. It shows the depth of betrayal and heartbreak of a society that is left with questions and rumors instead of answers. Yasin's family is still clinging to the hope that one day they will see the murderers at the court table and the memory of their son will not be tainted with lies. As we remember Yasin, let's reflect on the importance of supporting those who are grieving and standing up for justice in our communities. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you or someone you know has a story of despair or horror to share, you can send it to the Nightmare Moment channel at this email address.